Hey there everybody, thanks for pressing play. In this video we're looking at this car here, 2020. This is a Hyundai Kona Executive. In this video we're going to look around the features on the outside and the inside of the car, and we're going to go for a drive in the car as well. This video, sorry, I have to wear these because the speaker is broken on my phone, and the quality is actually better sound wise, but I know it looks stupid. This video is going to be useful for somebody that wants to buy this car, or somebody that's just looking at finding out a bit more about this particular specification of Hyundai Kona 1 litre turbo. So, like we're saying, anyway, call, text, WhatsApp 086 843 1945 if you're thinking about buying the car, and I'll answer any information that you want to know about financing the car, or trading in an old car or a reasonably new car, or if you just want information about the car itself. Anyway, some of the features I like on the outside. I'm just going to have a quick run around the outside in the car, and then we'll go for a drive. So actually one thing I noticed on these, when you're driving towards them, right, with all the lights turned on, there's excellent light from them, but it kind of looks like a much bigger car because of how wide the headlights are here. So what you have nice brushed aluminium along here, two big front fog lights. This grille is quite cool and aggressive looking with a chrome surround, but obviously nice detail on the grille itself. And then another small grille along through here. Again, look, people don't look at these things closely. I always kind of obsess about them in videos, but the amount of detail that's in the front of a car, all these things come together to make it look nice. It's more of a kind of a brushed grey kind of finish down around along through here. This is just a reflector. It doesn't light up. Sometimes people ask that. This is an Executive, which means it has a 17-inch alloy wheel. And then down the side, just to match this setup we had here, there is more brushed aluminium along there that complements what we saw on the front. It's an Executive, which means you get privacy glass on the rear. And again down here, more brushed aluminium along the bottom through there, and a little bit of chrome along through here as well. And like the roof spoiler is standard on them, but you know, it's quite a big one actually, so it looks quite nice. And even things like the taillights, then there's a nice internal composition on them. They're not just one normal light, there's actually little shapes and stuff in between. So it's quite cool. These cars are really going to suit somebody that's looking for a car that's, you know, not a lot bigger than a normal hatchback car in terms of its footprint on the road, but they want that Jeep elevated driving style position and overall feeling. So these cars, like I said to you, a lot of people, they'll want something that feels high off the ground, drives high off the ground, but like sometimes people just come in and they look at these cars because they like the look of them, or also because, especially on an Executive, there's a good level of specification as well. The inside of the car then, right, the boot. So you've got two kind of levels on the boot. So what you can have is this kind of deeper setup, which I would advise most people to do because it creates more space. But if you want, you can pull this out and you can slide this forward. And that means then you get a flat boot, so there's no lip. In terms of the rear of the car then, brushed aluminium, there's electrics for windows, there is obviously child locks on the windows and the doors and that kind of stuff. Right, if you're a 6 foot person, this is the headroom actually, which is pretty good to be fair, and the legroom's okay. And again, look, you're in this size of a car where it's a medium size, a small SUV, so 5 people will fit in here, but you know, it's really more comfortable as a 4-seater. But like, to do clever things like, see the way there's indentations, so it's to give you a bit of extra room on your knees, because obviously they know you don't need it in that area. Kangaroo pockets. This car's got real low mileage. It's done like 13,800 kilometres, so it's a low mileage car. So the condition's nice throughout. Haven't even cleaned it yet. Up front then, electrics for windows and mirrors. Again, like we're saying to you, we haven't cleaned the car yet, so it's a little bit dirty around. Not a little bit. It's dirty from where my feet are going in and out. Actually, it's not unusually dirty around them. Right, okay, what have we got over here on the steering wheel? There is, might be easier to show you this way, cruise control with a speed limiter. There is trip information, average speed and fuel efficiency and current speed and all the general settings that you want to change are in through there. There is lane departure warning, so if you drift out of lane, it'll warn you if you drift out of lane, or it'll actively manage your lane keeping and try and keep you dead centre. There is automatic wipers. That's the same, this is a good specification car. There's automatic lights. And then after that, these are controls for Bluetooth. And like, I mean, it's a good safe car. Driver's airbag, curtain airbag, side airbag. The same on my side over here. And then all these cars have anti-lock brakes, emergency brake distribution, side impact protection bars. Very safe car overall. So down through here, there is climate control. So air conditioning obviously is a gas assist, and it makes it quite cold if you want, or it's very useful for clearing the windscreen. If you're not familiar with climate control, because a lot of people gloss over it sometimes, you could say 19 degrees, automatically get me to 19 degrees and the car does its own thing, or you can manually intervene as well if you want. USB connector down here, but on these models they also had a second USB as well for charging, which was pretty useful, because you know, 12 volts aren't as useful I don't think anymore. Armrest in here with some storage, drinks holders, 6 forward gears, and what was really nice on these, it's one of the few cars that had heated seats as standard, even though it had a cloth interior, and that's for both people. And there's also a reverse camera, which also had parking sensors, which also have a display there as well, and they make noise when you go backwards as well. And importantly these days for a lot of people, it has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which means you can use Google Maps, Spotify, Audible, all that kind of stuff as well. So anyway, that is a quick overview. One other thing, the mirrors are automatic, so if I lock the car, the lights turn off and the wing mirrors come in, or if I unlock the car, the lights go back on if it's night time, and the wing mirrors fold back out as well. Let's go for a drive in the car. So the gearbox feels nice. Well, everything feels nice about this car, but it's a really low mileage example. So, you know, engine, gearbox, clutch, brakes, they all feel good. But, you know, you'd expect that, I suppose, in such a new car. Kona's sitting nice on the road again. Like we're saying, it's a car that's giving an elevated driving feel without having a big footprint on the road. So it feels like a small, nimble car. And the engine, actually, 120 horsepower, 1 litre turbocharged engine. And it's an engine that is 270 a year for road tax, and realistically speaking will probably average somewhere in the region of 6 to 6.5 litres. That's about 40 to 45 miles per gallon, something like that. Servicing's every 15,000 kilometres or so, and they've been quite reliable for us, and they run off a timing chain which actually never needs to be replaced. So servicing costs over the years is actually reasonable. So anyway, there you have it. That is our 2020 Hyundai Kona, and that is what's called an executive model 1 litre turbo. We are a family run business in operation for almost 70 years. So if you want information on this car, Brian's my name, 086 843 1945. Call, text, WhatsApp, and I'll run through information on the car, or scrapping an old car, or trading in a car, or finance. A car like this then will have a warranty until 2025. Thanks a million for watching.